behave for me, please. It is rotated. Oh, don't cancel the stream. Come on. It's actually coming through. So right now, I'm very much in the dark. Live. Come on. I'm still here. Just trying to figure out. No, I don't want to edit. No, I don't want to. Come on. There we go. Don't care about that. I just want to get to the actual stream. Did it? Looks like it. No, come on. I don't need analytics. I want to just have the stream up. Okay. Is that going to let me actually view my stream now? That's... Let's have a good think about it. Oh, oh, oh. Stuff be happening. I'm going to turn that off because it's not helping. Yep, looks like it. Now, where's the chat? No, I do not want to be listening to myself. Just want to be able to. Just want to be able to stream. That's so much to ask. Right. Not finished, have you? Holy crap, I've got people in chat. Ah, crud, I can't see the chat because the screen's too small. Live chat. Can I pop this out? Yep, pop out chat. There we go. Give it a second. Oh crud, the scale is off. Right. Hey, I can see. I can see the chat now. It's just a little bit awkward. I've got to remember to look over to the side. Okay. Turn that down a little bit. Yes. There we go. Hello, can you hear me? I can't. had a bit of audio feedback on my laptop, but yes, I can see you. I actually have no idea how much how much lag there's going to be between when you say something and you don't need to hide from me. Right. So we've got Thousand Suns, we've got Corsair, Void Reavers, and we've got Traitor Guard. As I've got a couple colours already down, so I think I'm gonna try and figure out the best way to get camera in place. I think that's yeah. Right, what's this one? Mephiston. Yes, the Mephiston red is the one I want. So starting off, going to be painting the cloak. I'm going to start painting the main body of the cloaks red, because it's not these guys. These guys are just support. They're not like the main army. The main army is actually predominantly blue, and I think by having mostly red from these guys is going to help them stand out, but also keep them coherent. Let's try and find a good brush for this. This one looks good. This is where I find out my wet palette is too wet. It is a little bit too wet, unfortunately. Don't know how... Yes, I shook the pot just right. Now, some people probably call me a bit crazy for painting with red, because red is one of the most notoriously awkward colours to try and get right when painting. But I think it just depends on how much time you put into it. If you're just wanting a quick and easy colour, then red is definitely not the one you need to do. Sadly, I don't think there's any way for me to currently set up music, mainly because the laptop doesn't really have a music player. So yeah, unfortunately, it's just me talking and whatever sound effects you can hear in the background, if any. So maybe you hear like this the brush against the models. Maybe I do want to put the fan on, because I'm currently very warm here. I put it that way so it's not right. Ah, that's perfect. Not pressing anything on my desk, but I can get a nice cool breeze. Because what I'm trying to do right now is get the main fabric part of the armor done. Just realised I picked up the medic. Not that there's really I have really paid for a medic upgrade for the unit. It's just what the unit has. This is from the Kill Team starter set. Yep. Yes, medic. Though, keep in mind, this is a traitor, so I don't know how helpful he's going to be. Very dubious on his skill and intent. These heretics are. I kind of find it funny I'm using Death Corps of Krieg models, and the Krieg are meant to be like the really die-hard, we will die standing for the Emperor kind of chaps. So, which I just think is funny. Not the die standing part, but the fact that I'm using the most loyalist of loyal infantry models to represent my traitors. It's going to be a lot of overpaint, but I'm mainly just wanting to get the base colours down at the moment. That's what I've been mainly focusing with most of my models, just getting the recognisable colours, so you know what to expect. Do you know what? Screw it, I'm going to have the inside of the coat red as well. And only the outside is what's going to get the like highlights and stuff. Yes, it's Red Medic from Team Fortress. To be fair, this guy's probably just as likely to be psychopathic, I'm sure. Maybe I should paint his trousers white to go with that. Can I get any more red there? No. Do the cuff part. Yeah. Can't see anything from that game without rolling my eyes, thanks to you. It's not my fault that you only learn when you're, laughing your ass off. If it makes you feel any better, I've got a guy reading I've got a guy here, he's reading the newspaper. Like, he's got so bored of the conflict, he's just like, yeah, screw it. What's on the Daily Times? What's on the sports column? I've got a couple other bits on this one. Because some of these guys I did intentionally build as heretics, which of the guys were just basic weapons. But a couple of these ones with like slightly different stuff, like the medic, for instance, they were intended to be henchmen for inquisitors. But sadly, that didn't pan out. Oh well. At least I've got the models still in there. Thanks to not painting them yet, I was still able to add lasguns onto them to make them usable as Traitor Guard. For a moment I completely didn't recognise what the lasgun was that's on his backpack. I'm hoping that maybe I can do these streams every Monday. Or the very least, every Monday I haven't got an actual video, so for the time being, maybe it end up being every Monday, just to help me get through my backlog of unpainted models, so that Mazzy doesn't kill me as and when I get more new ones. Is that armor plate on the front of his torso? Yeah, it is. Crud. Got to be mindful of that. Gotta go all the way around the torso. I wonder if I can still play these guys as Death Corks of Krieg for Kill Team. Might be able to. I did kind of mix and match some parts from different specialists though. Alright, it says here that you are a heretic. No, that's kind of a very off frame. Can't do much about it at the moment because I need to. It's very much first attempt at streaming like this, so it's gonna be a very live and learn kind of moment. Yeah, I think that's all his cloak done. Now get a standardish looking guy. I think maybe I will go for white pants or white trousers for these guys, just to help stand them out. Like, not just on the medic, but on all of them. Oh. Can't believe you brought a banana into chat. So unlike you, Mazzy. reckon there's probably going to be a few moments sometime where I'm just not talking because I just don't know what to say. Like, I've got many things I could talk about, but I generally don't. When I'm doing stuff like this, I'm just like, I'm in the zone, I must focus. I'm realizing now that my light placement is actually damn terrible. But I don't really want to be stopping the stream now to try and fix that. Good thing I got like a very narrow tip on this. Itchy nose, itchy nose. Yeah, it's okay if I do a little bit of overpaint in certain areas because I'm going to be fixing them up. Okay, what? Why, Rezzy, why are you screaming into the void? Ah, got a notification on my computer, laptop. Be interesting to see if any of my gaming group decide to come in and watch, considering these are some models that they're going to potentially play against. I'm just glad I've kind of got the stream running as it does. Oh, come on. No, Windows, you do not need to update. Yes, get lost. Get lost. Let me have my chat up. God, this laptop does not like... This laptop is unfortunately not so good. Because it's too small to actually get the updates it needs in order to still be a functional Windows laptop. So it's kind of like locked in its place in the past at this point now. Yeah. I just realised there's stuff on backpacks as well. What am I going to do about that? I think probably paint them a different colour so they're easier to spot. Now we're getting onto a gunner. Let's probably clean my brush off because I think I've allowed a bit too much paint to get into the funnel. That's not good. That's never good. Well, Windows, stop trying to install updates when I'm trying to stream. So inconsiderate of you, you silly operating system. I almost call it a weapon system. To be fair, Windows probably is a bit of a weapon system at times. Don't know why, but I feel like it's best to start underneath the model. Like here. In the areas where they probably aren't going to be seen that much, so I'm probably going to end up not putting too much detail down there. But I don't know, I've just been really into painting cloaks as of late. Just found them really appealing to paint over. And the ones I've done so far have looked pretty good stuff. Good, in my opinion. Let's see, my coverage is absolute dog. Come on. Windows Weapon System Online. Well, the announcer voice is literally just the good old Microsoft Sam. You have selected Microsoft Sam as the weapon's default voice. How much destruction would you like to impose upon your enemies? You have chosen complete and total extinction. The human race will remember this. actually kind of funny. Like sometimes you know when you're reading a webcomic or something, and they've obviously never made any like animation, but the artist hasn't made any animations and put random celebrity voices to it. So just like, okay, what does this character sound like in my head? There was a similar sort of thing. It's like, just Microsoft Sam every single character's voice in every single webcomic you read. I think these guys are going to stand out really nicely. They got the one dude who's checking his watch and prayer book when he should be trying to fight. Is unfortunately I ran out of guns to put on backpacks. Oh well, 'tis what it is, and what it is a guy whose only weapon is a stopwatch. I don't know. Maybe he's like timing one of his friends and challenging him to shoot faster on his behalf. Okay, no, that's too far. Sorry, is that my Microsoft Sam voice for every single webcomic character? It's one thing I'm going to struggle with is context for some of the comments that people are going to possibly be leaving in chat. You could just every single character just give them Microsoft Sam's voice, slightly pitched up and down depending on the character. See what that guy on that side. But usually, one of the unfortunate things is because the preview image on my phone is not really helping. It's like telling me to reorientate my phone, even though it's in the correct orientation I want for the stream. I can't actually see how good the view is. No, you will not get the slipper. This stream chat has no slippers in it. Slippers are a crime in this stream chat. So you cannot have slippers to bap me with. There's gonna be like one person like just walked in at that moment and is just thinking, what on earth? This guy's painting a slightly kit bashed death corpse of Kriegman talking about getting hit by slippers. As you do when you're painting and talking utter rubbish. My mind is kind of a corrupted charm that used to be not good. Can't be losing track of where my bottle is painted. That's definitely not good. I think there, and then do the bit around the neck and the back of the head. There we go. Make sure I've got the front of the. Yeah, come on. It's gonna get some like my second layer of paint on these guys, like later on. And I'm just gonna be questioning where the fuck is all the paint. Let's clean off again. Does spares, just I don't like the idea of wrecking my brushes. There will be no hammer space of slippers, Resi. Anyway, you're the cute vixen maid. You should be cleaning up, not causing more mess. Dude with a grenade launcher next. With stuff that's kind of in the way. What a bastard. Who put in together? No, it was not me, totally. There will be no hammer space. If you can summon and control warp space though, Resi, I'm gonna have to get the Inquisition on you. Kind of ironic. I'm painting heretic models, and I'm talking about sticking the Inquisition on someone else. Good point. Okay, Resi, your days are numbered. The Inquisition is on its way to you. You will not expect it, and they're much more terrifying than the Spanish Inquisition, who you also would not expect. I'm kind of thankful my face isn't in view. I'm pulling so many weird, like, focus faces as I'm doing this. And no, face cam is not going to be something I'm going to do, even on my gaming streams. No, don't want my face on. I don't want my face on the internets. I think the few places that it is, I probably should delete, to be honest. But, oh, well, I'm not going to deal with it. Can't really deal with that now, can I? Nope. I look over and just see a screaming fox, you know, typical fox behaviour. As Resi realises that she now has the Inquisition on her tail. Or tails. I just noticed the strap for the gun on his arm just kind of disappears around the shoulder or the elbow. I think that guy's done. I got Flamer Dude. Now, do I paint his tanks? Yes, I think I will, but I'm not going to paint them typical, you know, explosive red. They're probably going to end up. Where's my yellow? There's my yellow. It's going to end up yellow, I think. Nice bright yellow tanks make them stand out even more. Bright yellow tanks against bright red cloaks. Great cloaks. Great coats, in fact. Probably should have. Darn cable gate. Well, not cable. Hoses. Hoses of flavor fuel. Getting in the way. back to a mountain of slippers from hiding. No, you can't do that. I forbid it. For I am the god of this chat. Your goddess holds no power here. She cannot provide you a mountain of slippers. Too already. No, that's mean. There's lag. There's lag input. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on the lag. You know, because it takes a while for what I say to actually come through to you, and then when it takes a while for what you say for me to actually look over and notice. So mean. That's mean. That's total abuse of lag. So mean. Also slippers. What am I, a dog? Yes. I'm gonna make sure I leave the inside of the cloaks black. Nope, totally not mean. Yes, you're being very mean, Resi. Such meanness. Oh, excuse me. I'm just gonna have myself a quick drink. Now I've got a moment. Nope. Nope. Yeah, the screen just turned itself off. Having to double check the stream itself as well. You was totally mean, so mean, Resi. How could you do this to me? Maybe I'll send these traitor guardsmen after you instead of the Inquisition. I didn't deserve it. I never deserved getting slippers. I mean, to be fair, my actual slippers are probably a bit dead, but I don't deserve getting slippered. Or getting slippered due to lag. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Managed to have a surface that I can't quite get to because there's a damn gun in the way. You gotta keep remembering to check the chat. If you send an army after me, they will come back fluffy, extremely cute, and possibly gender bent. Fine, if you're gonna go Slanesh about it. Wouldn't be the first time followers of Slanesh have found their gender very questionable. Especially when you look at the demons that Slanesh produces. Which I find funny is that everyone refers to Slanesh as with he him pronouns, but I believe Snipe and Wib found in an old codex that Slanesh is actually meant to have Shem, like Shey and Shem. Apparently I don't know what an M is. Oh yeah, I probably should mention. So I had a bit of a funny because this was the last one I made. So I've kind of got it in my head that this is the oh no, I'm late to the war. I must run, otherwise Senpai Sergeant won't notice me. So yeah, I've got anime schoolgirl running to the battlefield in full gear pose. That's what this is to me. Yes, silly law. But just because it was the only thing I could think of to justify why they're running like that. They're crazy. They don't have to be serious. We'll say, angles are so damn awkward sometimes. I just want to get the paint into the right places. And then there's stuff in the way. And then I question if I even got paint in the places that I want the paint. Put some paint in there and the crack. I'm waiting for someone to comment just like, dude, why is your wet palette so damn crap? You should totally get one of those insert brand here or wet palettes. Because this wet palette works just fine for me, and it only cost me, I think, hasn't even cost me 10 quid yet, I think. Like the tray itself was just a basic roller print tray for like 2 quid from our very high end, like this very expensive shop of art supplies, and I buy the one thing in there that's 2 quid. Right, so that's the. I've only got 9 guys to paint for that one because I've already got. I've already got the squad leader painted up. This is a vampire from Heresy Miniatures, and it's out of production. Really lucky I got this. Now, yes, I know there's only 8 models there. That's because I've kept one aside to do a painting video with. Same with the my Corsairs here. Got one set aside to be painting. I'm not going to bother with the Thousand Suns. There is probably way too many. See, I don't know, Rezzy. I don't know if anyone else is going to come. I mean, if you happen to know anyone who's into Warhammer or just model painting, throw them the link and just say, hey, come watch this nut job paint some dudes. You know, you like watching nut jobs paint dudes, don't you? Everyone likes watching nut jobs painting dudes. I'm going to put this guy back on the thing. I'm going to set that. Okay, I've not gotten paint into the funnel. That's good. Because what I'm going to do, get another brush. That's going to be too big. I say that, and all my other options are about the same size. This one might work. Nope, too big. Go with this one then. Right, so yeet that. How good shake. So many words I could say. Just remember that I lose track of the context of your replies. Right. So, Avalon Sunset. Is this one going to hold itself open? No, it is not. And holy, hold on, I gotta put some water in that. That is gunked up. Bonjour, I have returned. And I completely missed the camera. Yeah, so. Okay, this paint's not exactly behaving very well. I like doing the cage method. You have plenty of space around. That's a good shake. I'll slam down like that to get the paint out of the lid, and yeah, let's get that. Let's get the little holder over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, yeah. Yeah, okay, I think that'll be fine. It's probably a little bit more watered down than it should, but again, yellow is... Let's get this nice bright yellow. It's going to get all over, hopefully not splash too much around. Try not to get it on the red. Yeah, okay, like rolling is that dice. I just find it just, rather than just shaking in an oscillating motions like, it just helps get the paint nice and mixed around, and all my paints have these little ball bearings in to help them mix even better. Though I've learnt from talking to a guy who works for Puracryl that it's the ball bearings, they're good for like short term, like you're going through a lot of paint most likely, but you gotta be careful because they can potentially get rusty. And if you're a painter, you will always have the risk of going numb and having a good mouthful of rusty paint. I mean, the paint itself is safe, but they don't exactly plan for you to have rusty ball bearings in their paints, do they? Right. In that, can you see it? Can you see him? Is he bright enough? Set that guy down. After all that, literally only one dude with paint on. Yeah, but you gotta run. Yeah, sure. It's kind of making me think. I wish I could. I figured out how to get some music going on in here. All right. What am I going to do with these guys? Because yeah, they're mostly red, but I think they have brass trim on their armor. I should have looked it up before I started streaming. That would have been a smart thing to do. Big. That might be the right size. Yeah, because I'm going to do the same as what I'm doing for my regular guys. So I need to get the Mornfang Brown. Because a little trick with painting with metallics, as I haven't yet dipped into painting with non-metallics yet, is if you paint with brown underneath gold, the gold is a lot better because the brown underneath just kind of blends with the gold better. Yeah, this is definitely the right brush size for this, I think. I say, and then I probably like over brush. Give us brown. That was old GW paints like that. I don't know if any new ones are like it. Trying to paint brown on red is surprisingly awkward. Because it's a little bit hard to figure out, like, have I painted over too much, or have I just fine? That looks good, I think. Now put some Mornfang Brown. Yeah. Gonna get some Mornfang Brown onto the standard. There's a lot. Should probably do all of it. Okay, I'm gonna do the whole standard. No, don't turn off. I'm gonna do the whole standard because some parts are gonna be picked out in gold, other parts are gonna be picked out to be painted more like paper. like textile material. We shall see. Just realised that's an actual skull. How am I gonna get both the skull and textile when those usually end up being very similar colours? My friend Tycho saw me doing this. He's probably questioning. He's like, Horus Heresy model, so you could paint them some abomination scheme. And I was like, oh, relax, it's just Thousand Suns. Why is my... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that, because now my eye is like gone really stingy. Like, Taika, I didn't realize you were a magician. Please stop stabbing me in the eye with that voodoo doll. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, pick the canister, the fuel canister. On this one. Actually, damn, I started with this one, so I'll finish this one. I'm not going to do the rest in brass, but I am going to do the business end of the gun in brass. Plot and scheme and boop. This is where I get a message from Resi saying, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, man. Stop talking in tongues. You're scaring the normal people. Good. Scare all the normal people. Let's get some more. Let's get some more brown on the guys. I said the guys, not the gays, though. There's a lot of guys around. Maybe that's just how they ended up. As the old saying goes, brother, I am pinned here. This stream is going to have a lot of very Slaneshi comments, isn't it? Whatever do you mean, Narek? I never know what I say. Any other person says, I just say things out of context to throw people off guard. Very well. You're doing it fantastically, by the way. Though by explaining how you say stuff out of context, you have therefore put things into context, and thus ruined the entire effect. Ha 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 ha, you fool. The game was rigged from the start and you played yourself. One thing I'm curious about is so obviously me responding to the chat is a little bit laggy because of just how my setup is. I don't exactly have the space or attention span to have the screen up in front of me. But how's the actual video quality? Is the video laggy at all for folks in the chat? Well, this is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot of brown, I think. This is probably a very incorrect way of painting this. Bro got a force weapon, and it's bigger than your power weapon. What am I getting? Your Outlook notes. I don't care about anything else. Just stop interrupting my stream, you silly laptop. I can't be too mean to it. It's doing rather well so far. Hasn't crashed. On some like here and there, but nothing too bad. I'll let you know on Telegram if things go bad. Awkwardly, because my phone is on silent, I probably won't get that message until after the stream. But, we shall see. Wouldn't be surprised if the main reason for lag is going to be if I'm doing a good waggle, 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 waggle in front of the camera. Yeah, because it's not like I'm making it have to keep track of a huge number of pixels right now. It's just a tiny portion of the field of view, really. Let's do this bit here. This guy's going to be bling. He's going to have a crown of bling behind his head. Or turn the phone to vibrate. No, because then that will be picked up and translated for the camera. I've had it happen before when I've been recording videos and getting messages from group chats and stuff. And you just hear like a brrr, 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 brrr. It's like that's not anything around me. That is literally the phone itself getting vibrated. Oh yeah, there's tons of trim on this as well. Crud, I thought this was going to be simple. Okay, I've kind of butchered the trim on this guy. Maybe. We'll just have to see when I get around to doing the actual colour. Alright, so that's his backpack, that's his weapon. Just realised I've got the trim on the shoulders, which isn't too bad, unlike the trim on the backpack. Who needs trim on their backpack? That's not where you're going to be seen the most. Oh, I guess with this guy having gold on his, is probably going to be where it gets. Yes, you're very correct. I'm a poor hammer streamer. Disclaimer: not in any way affiliated with the Poor Hammer podcast. I'm just a little fish, just trying to stream, paint some minis. Hopefully get a following somehow. Eventually, maybe actually by doing this stream will actually help with that. I'm gonna leave the pistol as it is. Yes. No. Yes. No. I'm not gonna. Because the pistol needs to have an Esperanto tip. One thing I really do not like about the Horus Heresy models is how damn phallic all the plasma guns are. I know the old sculpts were a little bit questionable at times, but these should be new sculpts. Is there anywhere else I'm missing? And there is trim on his arms. There's trim everywhere. You get some trim, and you get some trim, and here is some trim. There shall be so much trim that you will lose track of what on earth you're even talking about. Actually, wait, did I actually have something I was specifically talking about, or have I actually lost the plot entirely? I wouldn't know. I may have lost the plot, ever so slightly. Right. You, stay there. Next guy. Oof. I am shrimping really badly. Stream with a single goofball in chat. Hey, you're an active goofball in chat. I've had plenty of streams with a couple people, just watching. Ugh. Getting skid marks when I'm pulling the paintbrush away. I think this brush may actually be a bit balked, so let me swatch. Do I have another that is equally good? Yes, I have several newish ones, but I kind of want to make sure I use my old ones as well. Because if I'm just using new ones, I'm never going to end up with a massive backlog of old brushes. But maybe I should just cull a few of these, considering how late are. Ooh. Hey, it's the same. So it's got the same colour tip, which means it was intended for the same purpose. Pop voice. Right, so I like to paint the ammo drum for golding. I like gold. I like gold on my weapons. They're not really powerful weapons unless they have the gold trim. There's going to be someone coming into the chat, like, well, maybe not in the chat, like watching through the VOD on YouTube at some point, and there's going to be questions like, is this guy actually like all there in the head? Like, he sounds a bit cuckoo. He sounds a bit Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Maybe this guy's actually Sunny. All weapons are more powerful with flame decals on them. Now you're thinking like an orc on that. Oh, come on, get paint on you. Actually, orcs don't use much flame. Well, in lore they don't use much flame. Like, yeah, they got plenty of weapons that do burn. Scorchers. But at the same time, it's like they like the DACA. Vehicles go faster with the decals. No, vehicles go faster if they're painted red. Red ones always go faster. Someone's eventually going to look at my armies and just be like, dude, you have such a limited color palette. Like, why is like... I'm thinking I'm going to paint the armor of these guys. Nice dark green, or like green color. I just realized, yeah, red ones go faster when they're painted red. It's like, I'm painting a model that is going to be very red. So, and ironically, they're the slower unit. Let's get that trim on the inside. My original color blocking was very all over the place with these guys. Right, so that's the Thousand Suns done. Put that up there. Give the brush a clean, because you don't want to leave paint on the brush when it's just doing nothing. Let's use this brush next. Yeah, let's get the squad leader up. I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm looking at the opposite side of the room for a clock. Because I'm only doing this for a couple hours and I've lost my colours. There's my colours. Good rattle around. Right. Are you one of the ones that holds yourself open? Yes. Right. How much armor do I even have to paint on these guys? Doesn't look like I've got much. I'm just going to be trying to avoid painting the cloth and fabric. Got fan braces. Don't care if they're meant to be gloves. For the time being, they're going to be painted green, the same as the armor. It's going to be very like tiny faces. They're going to be a nightmare to paint. I've got to decide what color I'm going to paint the scales as well. I gotta think about it. Should I have the scales be green as well? If something tastes like a color, you flavored it wrong. Hey, I'm English. We don't season our food, so if it tastes like something other than just bland, then surely we're doing something right. Little spikes of armor behind his head. Or her head, I can't remember. And the fucking pot has closed itself. Get the I said please holder. Just holding it open. It's like, ah! I'm being held. Being held open against my will. I'm chatting so much rubbish, I will not be surprised if I'm scaring people away. Also, I can't really see the paint. It's the one thing I don't like about the really dark colours is like, I can't tell where they are relative to everything else because they kind of blend in with the black base coat. That's why. How many do I do green scales on the back? I think I might. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do a different brush to get most of them. Oops. Where is a better brush for doing this? Don't want too big, don't want too small. This one might actually be a better brush. No, that's going to be too wide. I did have a smaller one somewhere. Yes. This is actually one of the Citadel colour ones. Dry brushing. Cool. It was big enough. That's gonna all the paint it needs to get to where it needs to, but not too big. I think. Yeah, I gotta make sure I get into all the spots. I actually haven't looked to see how many people are even watching the stream, to be honest. I mainly just thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna carry on. So, itchy ear. Ah. Well, here's my other guy. There's my guy with the big gun. Can't really get very easily to his armor, so it's a good thing I can get some color onto his scales. These are going to be some gorgeous scales, I think, once I've got them done. Little armor. Try not to get his face or her face. Kind of hard to tell with Eldar. I think it just depends on what kind of aura they exude. Which I think it's true to life as well, isn't it? Alright, do I paint the gun the same colour? Oof. I'm tempted to, but I think it will just end up being way too much green, honestly. Let's get up in there. Unfortunately, I can't tell about the blurriness. Part of the problem is that I don't have I don't have a proper viewfinder for where my phone is, because my phone is kind of like this is angle for me, whereas my phone's like over here, so I have to proper crane my neck over to get a view of the phone. So not the best setup, I will admit. That, or it's a signal issue, because I'm on the opposite side of the flat from where the router is, so I don't know if that's going to have an effect on it either. Okay, I think I've gotten all our name onto a smaller special gun. Actually, I haven't even checked how many people are in the chat. Well, just in the chat, like watching the video. Can I check how many viewers I've got? Having a good think about it. So having to think about whether or not it'll show me the details that I want to know. Oh, come on. Not asking that much. Viewers. I have 2 watching, so that's myself and Resi. Okay. I don't think again I know enough about, and I'm just doing as soon as it's my phone. Honestly, I ain't got a clue. There's a reason why I am not the tech support. I'm the one who needs the support with the tech. And probably also the one who makes the tech support question their life choices. It's alright, Rosie. I'm not asking for tech support from chat. It's fine. And yep, another special weapon dude. About as much forethought into this as most things. Right now I'm just kind of going by, yeah, I think this is gonna look cool. This is gonna look cool when I finish painting. It's gonna be a cool guy. It's gonna be a nice mint green armor. With a nice like tan and scale cloak behind him. Thankful that these arms were just about compatible, because I've got space elf arms on regular fantasy elf bodies. This was a very spiny back. Here we go. Hooray for no blurriness! I just hope it isn't something on my end and it's going to suddenly go blurry again. One of the things that's a real struggle is making sure I'm staying in frame. Well, I say I'm staying in frame. I don't want my face in frame. There shall be no face. Smash cut to like an hour later, and Resi's telling me, "Oh yeah, your face kind of was like fully up in the camera, like several times." Oh, stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. De-shrimpify myself. And back to shrimping. Definitely using this brush very, very wrong for the most part. So I think this is yeah, it's supposed to be a dry brush, which is where you kind of get your paint on it and then wipe off as much of the paint as possible, which just seems wasteful as hell to me. But then after that, you then scrape what's left onto the model. It's very weird having yeah, got green armor, green gloves, and green scales on yourself. I can hear Mazzy sneezing in the other room. I'm rather surprised that by the sound of it, it was a couple cute ones, and she hasn't had a big oh, I must overcompensate and be extra like monstrous sneeze. I wonder if she's actually still listening to the stream. At which point she's probably going to tell me off afterwards that I'm calling her out on her sneezes. Yeah, I'm kind of not surprised, unfortunately, because Mazzy, I think, is playing Phasmophobia. Yeah, so Mazzy, I think, is currently playing Phasmophobia, so potentially, with her playing with friends, it's going to be affecting the internet, which isn't surprising, but it's unfortunate. And it is what it is. And we cannot manifest any less is what it is than what it is. God damn. Okay, this is one of those kind of and assembling the model because holy cow, some of these angles are awkward as hell. Okay, I think that was done. Next one. Oh. Crunchy spine, crunchy spine. I think this one I'm going to start with the cloak. Oh, I put back. Yep. The ones which don't have special weapons are just so much easier to paint up. Nah, got one that's facing a slightly different direction now. I mean, because of his arm posing, I can into the full torso-ish. Ridiculous how popped their collars are. But at the same time, it kind of, if you think about it, maybe it kind of works in as an armor improvement. If you think about it, because you're less likely getting slashed from behind. I'm sorry. Some of the hand poses or the arm poses for these models are just a little bit janky. But part of that is because the models themselves are intended to be, well, originally modelled to be rank and file in Warhammer Fantasy Battle. So the entire model sprue is intended to be able to, you know, have them, oh crud, in ranks. And where is that model? That model is there. Where is it? Under my foot, no. There we go. Just realised I've got this set to top chat on my screen. I want that as live chat. Not that it's changed all that much. I don't think. This is where it turns out that the chat's... I'm very confused. Lottie. Resi, come back to us. Why are you dead? How is the Resi dead? Who murdered her? I'm probably going to be regaled with Resi stomach being oh. Yeah. You have much sympathy from me, Resi. Hopefully you got plenty of water at the very least and maybe some meds that can help you. Oh, excuse me. I have plenty of water. That's good to hear. And the more awkward thing, though, is that depending on what your stomach is doing, you've also got to consider your electrolytes, salts. So you run low on those, and it's not going to matter how much water you drink. Yes. Yeah. Oh. I'm probably going to look back on this and just be like, wow, I spent most of my time with the model up here and in completely out of view of the camera. So I really got to try and remember hand here. At some point, I really need to see about getting some sort of like a better stand which has the ring light, so that way there's light coming from where the camera is viewing. Whereas right now it's a light source up in that direction and light source in that direction, which is why it's probably looking very dark. Aww. Thank you for saying I'm fun. How much? I have no idea if you just heard that, but Mazzy just screamed. So I can only assume the ghost just got her. And probably a very embarrassing way. I didn't realize that the mic on my phone was that good. I was actually kind of questioning if it was going to come across as me being a bit crazy. Then again, I've got a chaos army, so hearing voices and screams at random probably isn't too far out of the usual. That's another one done. Sorry if you heard my scream. Yeah, we heard you. We heard you scream. Do I have any guys left that need green? No. The green is done. Oh, my back is very much not liking me right now. See, this is one of the reasons why I don't like very light colored brushes. Because you can see it's kind of been stained. I don't know what material they said. They don't even say what material it is, but it's taken the pigment very, very strongly already, which is a bit unfortunate. But oh well. Yeah, don't worry, hon. I'm just gonna sit here teasing you about how much you scream. About the, you've completely failed Pinkie Pie's lesson of giggle at the ghosty. Oh, stiff back, stiff back, stiff back. Oh. Having a good wiggle because my back is stiff and I'm shrimping way too much. Oh. Ah. Right, I think the shrimpening is over for now. So, is it candle blue? Yes, it was the candle blue. That is, yeah, there's the. Okay, there we go. Shake it up, shake it up. No, I'm really sorry if the rattling of the marble bearing inside is sharp. That is very gloopy. So maybe fine. So what I need to do is good smack. Yep, that got rid of most of the gunkitude. So now we're going to go back to the original dudes. I'm going to do this guy first because he's going to have all three colours on him. Now we use this brush. Don't think so. I think it's a little bit too big. This one. Yes. Just getting a bit moist. Get our brushes a bit moist. Out of context sounds like masturbation. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of shaking paint like that. I know you can get those doohickeys which are meant to shake the paint pop for you. Like literally as kind of gives it a good shaky booty action. Right, so now literally just doing the armor, which isn't much for these guys. Now they got their shoulder pads. They have what looks to be a plate on their torso. I think, yeah. Paint that as armor and the helmet. That's it. And I just realised I didn't get rid of the Aquillas. Oh well. Maybe they just stole it off the gear of some Kriegsmen. think I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, keep it simple. I got this duder. You can actually see a bit more of the body of. So blue chest. So it's kind of weird. I'm doing the exact same scheme for these guys as I have for my Night Lords, which they're kind of supporting. But because of how the armor is placed, it is still the inverted look that I was hoping for. Because the Night Lords are very, they're big blue. They've got a lot of blue armor, or midnight blue armor, and a little bit of red, which is going to be like the capes and tassels and stuff. Whereas these guys it's a lot of cloak material, and then only a small amount of armor, so it kind of inverts but still maintains the same. If that makes any sense. I am rambling a lot, it seems. Needs more green. Don't worry, they're going to look very green. This is that was Caliban green. So probably the next color up on a layer on is this. A nice emerald green. It's called it's called Warpstone Glow. And I think that's going to look really good on the armor and scales. Back of the heads as well. Yeah. See, I'm a purple enjoyer myself, and yet none of my armies have purple on them. Ironically, I did have I have a couple town models somewhere that are painted purple, but for a full army, it would have been a little bit too much for me, I think. So I'm probably going to save that for maybe something else. Maybe another alien army that isn't Tau. And no, I'm not going to do Tyranids. And the boob plate. That is what I'm going to call it. That is the boob plate. It is boob armor. Go purple and emerald green and go full Ava Unit 1. Can I get into that gap? Just about. Well, they're probably wearing binders underneath their heavy great cloaks and plate and boob armor. You know, with the realistic kind of boob armor, where it's just armor in front of your boobs, where as opposed to most boob armor, which is just armor in the shape of your boobs that sometimes reveals your boobs and therefore is just a weak point. Good lord, there are so many videos pointing out how boob armor is just fundamentally stupid. Like maybe there's been examples of boob armor for like parade use, so like for just going about looking fancy, but definitely not proper military use. At least not by anyone sensible, at least. And I painted onto the red because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Yeah. God, I'll be honest, I have not watched Neon Genesis Evangelion in fucking years. Like, I remember watching Evangelion when it was, like, fairly new to the West. You know, before all these revisions and second and third. I don't even understand. Is it just, like, different retellings? Like, is it, like, or different cycles? I generally have no damn clue why there is, Evangelion 1, 2, and 3. And I'm not talking about the AV units, I'm talking about the actual shows. That's one thing that's always confused me is, like, why are there so many shows? Why is it there's no, like, additional story? It's just the same thing over and over. Like, it's making me question my sanity. What on earth is even going on with the yeah, that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brizzy, yeah. As my currently, they're reboots, they're movies. I thought they were all TV shows, like different seasons or something. Like, like I watched the original season TV show version. Yeah, the one which I think most of the memes is actually originally came from. Damn. Okay. I guess that kind of makes it less scary to try and get up to speed on what on earth has even changed about them. Like, I'm guessing it's just make it less teenage angst, or did they kind of update the teenage angst to make it more angsty? You know, we got teenagers involved, gotta make it extra angst. Oh, bloody hell, I need to sneeze myself. Oh, maybe I just need a. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Oh, man. Ugh. I'm so sorry if I hurt your eardrums. Excuse me. Did that clear my nose? I can't quite tell. Ugh. Ugh. That's right. That. I love how I got sidetracked when I'm literally basically done with the guy. So I am going to. I'm gonna get the base color of blue down for the gun, for the nice plasma of the gun. Yeah. Like the blue. Like the blue. Get it to there. Oh, the blue. There we go. Oof. I'm sorry if I hurt you. If, even without headphones, I hurt your ears. It kind of snuck up on me, but not really, if that makes any sense. Let's need a bit more paint on the palettes. I think at the fin there's a few places I need to go back over with red on some of these guys, like where I've missed their popped collars. put on his arm thingy as well. It's not technically armor, but it probably is a little bit armored to make sure it still works. There we go. Right, what are we doing for time? Okay. So that's all dim done. Oh, excuse me. Now what to do next? Because I don't really feel like doing any more of these guys at the moment, because I've kind of got the base colours that I want down. So maybe I could work on this guy. Try to remember what kind of cloak this guy has. I think he's got. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to make the decision that this guy has a big white cloak, which means I need my Celestial Grey. What happened to the one I bought the other day? Huh. I need to make sure I find that, because I bought another pot of paint and now I don't know where it is. I'm sure I'll find it. This guy. Yeah, this is look, the original model is a Stormcast Eternal for the Age of Sigmar game, but I've kind of kitbashed him a little bit, so he's now a special character model for 40k. Yes, that's another one which I need to say. You will stay open, please. Get the brush. Right. Yeah, inside and out is going to be grey. He's an Inquisitor. You know, gotta really amp up how his purity. You know, and cause myself much grief by trying to paint a white cloak. And starting with grey on a black base coat is the best I find so far. Let's make sure overpaint a little bit into certain areas, like nooks and crannies, because that's where shade is gonna go. Okay, that's the back. I've got this space at the front. Yeah. He's also got this kind of like half robe underneath as well. Oh, we almost missed a section of it. That joins into that bit there. Right, now done from the top. I can see. Yeah, special character. So this guy is a named character. So since he's special, I get the flamethrower or the heavy flamethrower. The heavy flamethrower, of course, Resi. God, what do you take me for? Okay, wow. I really needed so much white on him. That's gonna be a nightmare to paint. I'll clean that off because I'm going to use it again to get some red down again. So yeah, he's a special character in the sense that he is a named character, which means there can only be one. Which is a very strong, firm rule in Warhammer 40k that if there is a named character, only you can only have one of the dude in your army. I think, that should be enough? Yeah, it should be enough. So you've already done a bit of it, so... Ooh. That contrast. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get every nook and cranny when I do the next layer, but if I make sure that the paint goes into the areas that you can't see, it gives me a little bit more leeway on not painting those areas because there's still colour there for your eye to pick up. Let's go check. You know, I'm going to play it risky. I'm going to do this. Look at this bit red as well. Make sure I get into the little details. Yeah. I think I'm red handle on his thunder hammer as well. That's already looking nice and cool. Yeah, so Highlander thing, there can only be one. Yeah, that's only for epic characters. Like regular characters, or epic heroes as they're called in 40k. You can only have one epic hero in your army. And if you do like multiple detachments of your army, you still can only have one. Like it's as part of your army is only one. Which I think gets a little bit awkward if you do like a team, like a two versus two or multiplayer team game, because I think technically there you could have multiple instances of the same character, so you could probably just assume like the warp is being a bit fucky wucky with the timey wimey. And I think yes, so we're going to do Mornfang Brown. Put that brush away. We're going to do Mornfang Brown in the places we're going to have gold. And then where is my other brown base? I had a darker brown. Where? Oh, it's right there. It's right there because I'm blind. I'm going to use Rhinox hide for the bird stuff. Yep. Think what time are we at? 51. So once I finish getting the colours down for this guy, it's probably going to be the end of the stream. And I just realised I got paint somewhere I did not want to get paint at all. Oh, the world is over. My life is dead. This one's a bit awkward when I have to put different paint over top. Try and get to those nicks and crannies. Gotta show off his impressive sculpted armor 6-pack as well. Oh no, it's painted. Yeah. Remember, paint is for external use only. Unless you're a mini wargamer painter, in which case you'll probably end up with tons of it inside because you're going to end drinking your paintbrush fluid water, which is part of the reason why I've got mine in a small little pot rather than a mug like I've seen some people use and I've used in the past. So I kind of got to do a lot of gold on this guy because he's an Inquisitor, and Inquisitors like their bling, like really bad. If you're a big name Inquisitor and you don't have bling, are you really a big name Inquisitor? Kind of deal. Very. I went to El Dorado and all I got was this drip. I'm not so sure which part you're saying that's not right to. Are you talking about when I was mentioning about other wargaming painters who like end up drinking their paintbrush cleaning water? Because yeah, that is something that people have done. People do nearly do and catch themselves, and then the unfortunate few who unfortunately go all the way and have a big gulp. I think it's one of the reasons why paint these days is intended to be non-toxic. So I'd hope that that's one of the reasons why it's non-toxic. So this is probably when Mazzy's just like, no, you're never allowed to paint models ever again because the paint is potentially going to kill you. I mean, fair enough. Fair attempt to try and protect me, but still. God, have the brush in such awkward angles. Gotta try and get into all these nooks and crannies because I don't. Because that means when I get the painting gold. What the hell? Bit of basing material and ended up on the hammer. Make sure I do the underside as well. And my computer just turned off again. Oh. Ah, come on. Alright. For some reason the laptop decided to go to lock screen instead of just coming straight back. Right, I think. Oh wait, no, I've got the other arm. Sorry, these people are the reason warning labels are given. Drinking paint water. Like I said, it's an honest mistake when you've got a cup of tea in a mug and then you've got paint water in a mug, and if you look, you can probably see like the kind of colour. So yeah, depending on the paint you're doing, that yeah. But that's the reason why I have like a small pot in a very distinctly non-drinking glass. But I drank the water myself. I don't think so. You know, screw it. He's not gonna have painted legs. I'm not dealing with all that finicky. Oof. Right. Clean the brush off. So, is that you telling me that I need to ask Mazzy to make me some do not drink paint water for my own setup? just poke Mazzy after the stream. Just say, hey, hon. So I mentioned a lot of really awkward things that hobby painters do. Hey, do you mind making a bunch of warning labels for me to just coat the area in? Like, have a nice label on the knife says warning sharp. Because yes, I have in fact stabbed and sliced myself plenty of times whilst doing stuff with the knife. So put that paintbrush aside, and that's not. My paintbrushes are going everywhere except where I want them to go. Trying to find a good brush for what I'm about to do. I think I will go for this one. Because what I need... How's it look? It needs a bit of shake up. Shake it up, shake it up. Right, and slap for good luck. So it's a different. This is a darker brown, and it's going to be used for his plumage. Let's get the brush a bit moist. I don't know if it actually helps, but it works for me. I'm just going to get all that fiddles. A nice even coat of paint. Gotta make sure I leave the beak. It's kind of a good thing I'm putting some base coat on here, because it looks like I somehow, when I was putting primer on this, I managed to miss most of his cloak. Can I get the feathers? Go. Make sure to do the inside as well. Okay, I think that's a pretty good note to finish the streams. Some Corsair Void Reavers and some Traitor Guard, and my kit bashed model for Inquisitor Cortez, or Cortiaz, who is an Agents of the Imperium member. So we've kind of gone the full gamut. Mazzy needs to make you warning labels and put one on you saying warning klutz. I am not a klutz. That label should be on Mazzy, and she will agree with me on that. But yes, thank you, Resi. Thank you, Mazzy, for being in chat and keeping me company and slowly watching me delve into insanity. I'm hoping I can do this on a weekly basis every Monday, so I will be streaming painting on Mondays and playing games on Thursday. In fact, I almost forgot what days of the week are. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, well, you don't. If you want to, you can come again. But hopefully, you can. Hey, guess what? I'm great at doing outros, especially if streams. But I'm gonna say right now, my back does not like me. My butt does not like me. I think it is time for me to wrap up the stream. Because I'm losing my mind a little bit. So, thank you for watching. If you're watching this as a playback, thank you for sitting in and watching me go insane with Rezi's help. And I'll hopefully I'll see you on Thursday, or I'll see you next Monday. And come on, this is where it turns out I can't stop the stream. So thank you for watching. Goodbye and good night.